Hey guys, so we're back on Dr. Chad's Place. If you watched the short video, Miss Jeannie agreed to talk a little bit longer with us after she dropped off an Uber order. And she's got a really amazing story. And so I believe we all have a plan and a purpose, and I think it was meant to be for us to talk briefly today.
Yes.
And so I'm going to kind of turn it over to her, what she's willing to share about her purpose and what she's been through in life. And I'm sure we'll have some other questions as we get going. But thank you for being here, Jeannie. And if you could just tell the audience more about what you've been experiencing and doing in your life.
Well, I think God has given me a purpose because I lost my son, Jonathan Carl Lawson, in 1994. And I'm sure the whole valley will remember him because Dr. Dina Dale, Dr. Joy Brown came to run for a talk show at Cave Spring. WFR, Jerry Gibbons radio station aired my son's picture back then, and there was fundraising nationwide for my son. And I believe my son was put here on this earth for a reason. He was taken too soon in my heart, but God had a purpose. He reached a lot of people, and I just have to keep reaching out to other people, you know,
Sure.
in my son's memory and touching people in all different ways.
And you told me he was 2 years old and had a brain tumor.
Yeah, my son had pleuroplexus carcinoma, brain tumor.
I'm going to have to write that one down.
1% of all brain tumors in the world at that time.
Okay.
He was treated. Dr. Kleiner was a neurosurgeon here at this time, pediatric, did his surgery. Then he was treated at Duke, Dr. Henry Freeman. He lived longer than Dr. Kleiner said, than what he should have.
Jeannie, you really remember all the names of the doctors and all the details,
Yes,
it seems
it's a very traumatic time.
I appreciate you sharing. I think if you had someone else going through something similar right now, would you be able to give them any advice or encouragement?
Just to hang in there. You got to do what you got to do during
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah. What kept you going during that time?
Yeah. The other thing was I had my daughter,
Uh-huh.
which was 10 years old. She was 9 years older
Okay.
than her brother. And my daughter's now 40 years old, Christy, which she lives in the Roanoke Valley
Uh-huh.
and is now going to college in the medical field.
You sounded very proud of her earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. How did you describe her? Would you tell us?
She's a very caring, compassionate, you'll have me in tears, very special young lady.
Yeah.
And my granddaughter also, Kaylee, that is very special. And my understanding is looking at the medical field also.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Because she helped with my mother, both of them,
Yeah.
in the years with her cardiac and heart failure and issues.
You tell me, you've been a caregiver to a lot of people.
Yes, and my father suffered a massive stroke when I was 16 years old. And my mother was his caregiver for 18 years, so.
Just lots of medical trauma.
Yes, my whole life, basically.
And in that, it sounds like Christy's sort of finding her purpose with compassion and the medical field.
Yes.
What about for you? What do you feel like's been your purpose in life?
I'm not quite sure, other than God just keeps giving me someone else. It's like something else. My brother's in Georgia, and he had a quadruple bypass. He coded. He went with lack of oxygen to the brain. He fought back walking. He pulled a feeding tube out and spent a month or more in the hospital, and he's now back trying to walk. He can't talk. He's still got a feeding tube. I've been down there a couple times with my brother and sister-in-law. I don't know, God just keeps guiding me in some other way. I sometimes wonder, was I supposed to be in the medical field?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you said this earlier off camera. You said, I believe I'm here to touch other people. And I think that is something that the medical field misses sometimes, is that the healing power of touch, the healing power, I don't just mean physical touch, but emotionally being there for people. People have to have a reason.
Yes, you do.
To keep on keeping on. And so I believe you've probably been that for a lot of people. So to take a few minutes out of your day was a blessing to me. Thank you. I feel humbled to be sitting here with you.
I appreciate it. I know. I think this was God for me to have delivered this order.
Yeah, it's genuinely the first order I have ever made using that app. So
I do Uber Eats now because I retired from the Postal Service 30 years, and I get bored.
Yeah,
it's kind of something to do.
Well, I would say today probably wasn't boring for you.
No, it was not.
Anything else you'd want to share? Anything else you would want to say? I'm just appreciative, and I hope that your message touches someone else out there watching.
Yeah, I just, hope everybody keeps their heart open, and if there's someone out there they can feel they can touch in some way, even if it's just drop them some food by or send them a card. I think of all of my coworkers at the Postal Service and how they reached out and touched me and helped me and so many other people, and they don't know what that means to me, and always will.
So, I love her advice. Let's keep our hearts open, and until the next time, thank you all for tuning in today, and thank you so much, Miss Jeannie.
And thank you.